start recording. And Tim and I are going to demonstrate how to make things go wrong, how to create a merge conflict. So what I've done is I've updated something.rb with some fantastic song lyrics. And I've pushed them up to GitHub. So if you go to GitHub, you can see the thing there. And I think Tim, can you go ahead and share your screen? And
Yep.
And I've stopped sharing.
Okay, so like we'll assume here that like main is updated and I'm going to check out a new branch. And great. So now I'm on my new local branch, right? And now we assume at some point in this time of me doing work, Mike has basically updated the main branch, but I haven't gotten those changes yet. And I also have changes. All right, so I'm gonna go make some changes here. So I have some different lyrics. And I also want to do something real quick. I believe it's here. But I also want to have some of the code that should be the same as his, which will hopefully be this lines 6 and 7. We'll see. All right, and so now I'm going to get status. Cool, I modified this file. So let's add it, commit it. And push. Cool.
Tim, what was that command do?
This one right here. So this is gonna both like set my upstream, set the upstream of my local and create my remote branch kind of all in one to be the same as my local branch, the same name as my local branch, which is a nice fun thing. So what I do just to get this like part of my workflow is once even though I know I don't have this branch yet remotely, when I have it locally, I run git push and I know I'm going to get this fatal current branch has no upstream branch, and I know they're just going to give me the command here that I can copy and paste in. So that's like my been my workflow for a bit. So now if I go to GitHub on this repository and I look, I'm ahead and I want to make a pull request. You see can't merge automatically here. Don't worry, you can still create the pull request. So there's GitHub or Git really doesn't have a way to like put these branches together in a way that makes sense yet, because they're too different, right? So they're too different, and it's not happy about that. So I'll create the pull request. Cool. I have a conflicting file, and before I could even get the option to merge this, I've got to go in and resolve conflicts. And now you've got some options. So at this point, you can click on this resolve conflicts button and it'll pop you into the GitHub interface, which is not that pretty, but it basically will show you like what this first branch or what your branch has up to this point versus what the main branch that you're trying to move into or trying to merge into has up to this point. And you have these kind of like arrows and equal signs kind of separating the two. But an easier way, I think, to fix this is, remember, I'm on my local branch, and I can always pull in a remote branch if I want. So I can say git pull origin main, and I can pull these changes that are in main down locally, so I can fix them locally and then push back up to update my pull requests like that. And I think this is better. So you can see I have a conflict here. It lets me know where it is. and it says you can't automatically merge, fix these conflicts, and then, you know, show me the result or show me that you have. And now there's this really nice feature in Atom that's like, hey, which one of these do you want? Do you want this version or do you want this version? And I can click and say which version I want. And let's say I'm confident that Mike has the wrong lyrics and I have the right lyrics, then I will confidently say, yes, use this one, Despacito. So now I've picked which version I'm going to use, and now what I need to do is commit that. So I need to add, commit, fix merge conflict. Great. Now I'll push this change up, and now what this should do is automatically update my pull request. We'll see. And it does. So now I have this ability to merge because I fix these conflicts locally, push them up, and now they're happy, basically. You can see my new commit is here.
Hey, Tim.
Yes.
So my partner and I also ran into this, and we kind of did the whole like select which one we wanted and get add, get commit, get push. But then when I look at my repo, it shows it on that branch that a commit was made, but I don't have the option to like merge or any of those things.
So you wouldn't have an option to merge unless you already had a pull request created. So you would need the pull request to be in existence before like you'll get this interface, because this is basically the pull request interface.
Okay.
And if you wanted a matchup or a mashup of both of those, you'd kind of do the same process, just manually editing.
Yeah, exactly. So when you had those conflicts and you had like some, it's kind of nice. It takes the chunks that are the same and will be like, okay, like you can keep this, but every conflict is like slightly different. So you'll kind of have to pick and choose like, okay, like we want some of this, cool. We want some of this. And if you don't want to use the Atom interface like I did, where I clicked like use me or use me, that's where you can use the GitHub interface and you can kind of delete what you don't want, keep what you do want, get rid of those separators that are automatically put in there, and then once you're ready you can commit.
Okay, cool, thank you.
Yeah,
essentially what's happening during a merge conflict is GitHub says like, I've got some conflicting information, you need to decide which one is true and pick that, and then we're going to use that going forward. I think that's kind of the big picture. Like ways you can avoid merge conflicts is like two people or multiple people should not be working on the same file at the same time. Like that is the ideal way to do it, but like, you know, of course, sometimes that's not going to be too plausible, but theoretically, like even if you're not working on the same file, like, hey, maybe two people aren't working on fixing the same method at the same time. You know, like stuff like that. If you're not working separately, like pair on it. Like that's probably the simplest and most straightforward way to avoid merge conflicts.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
So like what I had done is like created a branch that I was working on for a specific portion of our project. And then I had my partner just pull it so that they could also see it on their local. Mm-hmm. And I think that's where like that conflict came. Not that they did anything to that file itself, but just that they pulled it down to their local, I guess.
That should not cause a merge conflict on its own because it's like you haven't made any changes to the code.
Okay.
Right. So like merge conflicts usually happen when we have two sources saying like this is what's in the file and GitHub cannot resolve like what is going on between the two. John, did you have a hand?
Yes. So that part where Tim pulled up the file in his Atom, and then he had the option of choosing your file or his file, or I guess your changes or his changes. So my nasty habit of just clicking on stuff when I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I'm with you. Personally, this is like a personal thing. Like, I don't like to just wholesale, like decide like one is right or the other's right. I will look at it manually and like decide what I want to do, and figure that out.
Okay.
Like,
If
I
I
don't.
accidentally click the wrong one, is there a way to reopen that and then undo
Yeah,
it?
because all it does is it changes on the file. You should be able to undo that.
Okay.
And like, because the idea is that, hey, you haven't committed yet, right? You've just clicked the button, so you should be able to undo that and like, you know, just get it back to the forward of where you what I call the source of truth, right? Whatever is true, get it back to that and then commit it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Cool. Anything else? All right, that is it for GitHub pairs.
Actually, real quick.
Yeah.
So you fixed all the conflicts. So at that point, is it common practice to git pull origin master into your other branch so that
No,
they
because
match?
you that's what it's doing,
Okay,
right? You're like, it's just trying to resolve tunes. Like, no, can't do that.
gotcha. Well, I guess because Tim's branch that he was working on is now merged with the main, sorry. But
Mhm.
your branch, if you were working on it, are you going to want to pull in
Yes.
the main so that
So
they match too?
let me show that right now. Tim, can you, if you're still on here, can you go ahead and I don't think you actually merged it. Did you merge it?
I did not.
Go. Can you merge that real quick so I can they can see what it looks like?
Yup.
Just let me know when you have.
Cool. Should be good to go.
Okay. So I'm like, okay, I see. You can actually probably see this real time. You see that like I've got some of the best song lyrics in the world here, and I'm gonna do git pull, and it just like yup, and you saw it like everything changed in my file real time.
But my question is, you're on the main. What if
Mhm.
you were in one of your branches? Not the main.
That would not do. Like, main would get changed by my branch, and then I would have to merge main into whatever branch I was working on.
Okay.
And this is just gonna be something that you get, like, you're just gonna, like, you learn through practice. Like, you're gonna mess things up, and then you're gonna struggle with fixing them, and that's how you learn how this works. Cool, that's it. We have one-on-ones. Have we talked about one-on-ones are? No, one-on-ones are essentially non-technical check-ins, or just see like how where you stand. The schedule is in the calendar, and because there are many of you, we're going to be splitting those up across this week. So expect the Slack call from us in a few minutes. I just need to take care of something, but I'll give the first person on my list a call in just like 2 minutes.
Same. Yeah. 2 minutes, Chris.
Okay. Goodbye.
Goodbye.